The internet has seen scandals, it has seen love stories, and it has seen drama unfold on countless stages, but nothing could have prepared the world for what happened when Shen Yue and Bai Lu, two of the brightest names in the Chinese entertainment industry, were caught in what appeared to be an unexpected fight. Nobody knew why, nobody understood how it started, and yet within minutes, the incident was everywhere. Screens across Asia, America, Canada, and Europe lit up with clips of the confrontation, sparking one of the biggest viral storms of the year. It all began on what should have been an ordinary evening. Both Shen Yue and Bai Lu had been invited to a prestigious gala, a night filled with glitter, flashing lights, and carefully curated elegance. Fans expected radiant smiles, stunning gowns, and maybe a few heartwarming interactions for the cameras. Instead, what unfolded turned the red carpet into a battlefield of emotions. Witnesses claimed that Shen Yue and Bai Lu were seen exchanging sharp words near the staircase of the venue, their voices hushed but their expressions intense enough to grab the attention of anyone nearby. At first, no one dared to believe what they were seeing. These were two actresses who had carried themselves with grace for years, adored by fans for their charm and professionalism. Yet in that moment, the atmosphere shifted. Shen Yue's hand trembled as she tried to make a point, while Bai Lu's eyes flashed with something deeper, something no one could quite read. Within seconds, the quiet exchange escalated, and though no one could hear every word, the tension was unmistakable. Phones came out, cameras started rolling, and the clips spread like wildfire. By the time the gala had ended, the hashtag Shen Yue vs Bai Lu was trending worldwide. Fans were divided. Some swore Shen Yue looked heartbroken, as if she had been betrayed by someone she trusted. Others insisted Bai Lu appeared furious, as though she was the one who had been wronged. The ambiguity only fueled the storm. The most mind-blowing scene came when both actresses, instead of walking away, stood locked in a silent stare for what felt like an eternity. The hall fell into silence as other celebrities looked on, uncertain whether to intervene. It was not a scripted drama. It was not a movie scene, but it felt cinematic in every sense of the word. Guests described the moment as surreal, saying it was as though two storms had collided right in front of their eyes. Speculation about the cause erupted instantly. Was it about Dylan Wong, whose name both Shen Yue and Bai Lu have been linked to in different rumors over the years? Was it a professional rivalry, a hidden conflict that had finally boiled over? Or was it something deeply personal that neither wanted the world to know? Some fans dug up old interviews, analyzing every line for hints of tension. Others compared their social media posts, searching for cryptic messages or subtle signs. Theories multiplied. Some claimed it was about a role that both actresses had once auditioned for. Others whispered that a private misunderstanding had spilled into the public. But the truth remained hidden, guarded behind the unspoken emotions etched into their faces that night. What made the incident even more unforgettable was how both Shen Yue and Bai Lu handled the aftermath. Neither released an official statement. Neither posted anything on social media. Instead, they vanished into silence, letting the world drown in curiosity and speculation. The silence was louder than any words could have been. The internet reacted in waves. Memes were created, fans wrote essays, and gossip sites spun countless narratives. Yet beneath the humor and the frenzy was a sense of unease, because people realized they were watching something raw and real, something that broke the carefully polished image of perfection that celebrities usually present. In one viral video clip, Bai Lu can be seen turning slightly away, her eyes shimmering as though holding back tears, while Shen Yue's lips trembled in a way that suggested she wanted to say more but could not. That clip alone crossed tens of millions of views within hours, leaving fans stunned. The gala that was meant to celebrate achievements turned into a stage for unresolved emotions. Some insiders hinted that the confrontation was years in the making, rooted in misunderstandings that had never been addressed. Others suggested it was a sudden spark, a moment when suppressed feelings erupted under the glare of flashing lights. Whatever the truth may be, one thing is certain. The fight between Shen Yue and Bai Lu has now become one of the most unforgettable viral moments in recent entertainment history. Fans wait with bated breath, desperate for answers, yet fearful that the truth might be even more shocking than the fight itself. For now, the silence continues. And in that silence, the world keeps asking the same question. What could have possibly driven two beloved stars, admired for their grace and adored for their talent, to clash in such a way in front of millions? Shen Yue and Bai Lu may eventually speak, or they may choose to let the mystery linger forever. Until then, the world can only replay the moment, searching for answers hidden in the fire of their eyes and the silence of their unspoken words. The fight between Shen Yue and Bai Lu did not just happen on stage. It carried into the shadows of that grand hall where the lights dimmed and only whispers carried the truth. People who were close enough to the backstage corridors swore they heard voices rise and fall like waves in a storm, words sharp enough to cut the silence and leave the crew frozen in place. Bai Lu was seen pacing with her heels clicking against the polished floor, her face lit with fire as she tried to hold back what seemed like years of frustration. Shen Yue stood opposite her, calm on the outside but with her eyes filled with something that even cameras could not hide, a deep ache mixed with anger and an unspoken plea. One stage assistant claimed that Bai Lu whispered something about betrayal, something about promises that were never kept, and then Shen Yue shot back with words about truth and lies that had been building for too long. Nobody knew if it was about work, about friendship, or about something deeper tied to the names they refused to say aloud. The internet turned the moment into a storm, with fans replaying clips frame by frame, searching for the spark that set it all ablaze. Some believed it was about jealousy. Others swore it was about a hidden past involving Dylan Wang, and then there were those who claimed the fight was staged to create buzz. But as more leaks surfaced, one thing became clear. The emotions were too raw to be scripted, too real to be part of a game. In the crowd that night, cameras caught a single heartbreaking detail: Shen Yue's trembling hand as she tried to reach out before pulling back, and Bai Lu's cold stare that refused to soften even for a second. That single moment became the photo that spread across every platform, the image that defined the fight. What nobody expected was how the aftermath unfolded. While the world debated and argued online, both actresses vanished into silence. No posts, no statements, no explanations. The silence spoke louder than any words. Fans begged for answers. The media speculated endlessly, but neither Shen Yue nor Bai Lu gave a clue. Their mystery turned the fight into legend. And then, weeks later, a voice recording leaked. A shaky audio file that captured part of the backstage conversation. The words were muffled, but clear enough to stir the world again. Bai Lu's voice cracked as she asked, "How could you do this to me?" And Shen Yue's reply carried both fury and sorrow. "Because you left me no choice."